What's good, all my hoopers and hoopettes? It's your boy Tone here, and welcome back to another episode of the Tuf Bucket Podcast. I'm your boy Tone. Today, I have a very special guest, someone who I see on a regular basis, man. Someone who I first saw on a television screen. Now I hoop with him on a regular basis. I think that's a crazy fun fact of how the basketball world works, man. So small, but so big at the same time. Duke alumni. If I was Theo Pinson, I would have something to say about that.
Right, yeah.
My guy, Jordan Goldwire. My boy. How you doing, man? My guy, clap it up for my guy.
Yes, sir.
Appreciate you pulling up on me, my boy. It's been
sir.
a couple weeks in the making. I think I've made a couple attempts trying to get you on the show.
Right.
Dudes be busy. I understand. That's how the world works. My guy got a girl and all that good stuff. Teaching him how to cook. That's my favorite thing on your Instagram page is whenever you're about to post your next cooking class. I'd be a little jealous. I'm not going to lie. I'd be a little jealous. I'd be looking for stuff to do.
Man.
Have a good time. How long have you been in the Dallas area, bro?
I say now it's probably been about 2 years for real. I moved out here last year officially, last July. So, yeah, this is second year technically.
So what made you move out this way?
Honestly, my girlfriend for the most part, I had met her when I went to Oklahoma for my last year, and I meet her, and then I got picked up by the G League Spurs. So I was in Austin. So she came and started visiting me a little bit, coming down there, spending time with me. Then basketball took me overseas and stuff. Went overseas, Europe and stuff, and then last July, whenever I came back, I was spending time a little bit. Then I officially moved back down here. Last July.
Okay, what you like about Dallas, man?
I feel like everything. It reminded me a little bit of Atlanta. So
word,
really? Honestly, yeah,
that's fire.
Yeah.
I've actually never been foot inside of Atlanta.
Right.
I'd be flown over or stopped at the airport or something like that. Never actually had an experience over there. I hear it's crazy.
Nah.
I hear it's a fun time.
Nah,
The food.
definitely.
I heard the food is fire.
Yeah.
I heard the vibes is what it is.
Right.
We definitely gonna touch on that.
Nah,
First things first, what I want to do, what I need to start doing and remembering on the podcast, I need to ask you a couple questions. First things first, who was the toughest bucket you ever had to guard in your career?
Toughest person I had to guard.
The toughest bucket.
I would say, it's hard between a couple people, I feel like, but probably growing up, I had to play Collin Sexton, a lot of times, when I was growing up.
I would not look forward to that at all.
I ain't got it. It was a tough matchup.
I would not, listen, brother, you know me. I'm Mr. Try to make a difference on the defensive end. I am that guy. Someone like Collin Sexton, especially high school.
High school for sure.
People have this idea. This is a whole premise of the shows. People have an idea of a character almost that they see in NBA games and stuff, guys coming off the bench or they're they play a role, not knowing these mugs are dogs.
Nah, for real.
Dogs, for real. Collin Sexton was a problem back in high school and college.
Nah, he was that. Nah, that was back in high school. So, he's from Georgia, too. So, we grew up, playing against each other. Then, obviously, he got a lot better. Obviously, he became, top 10 player.
You're a defensive player, by the way.
Yeah.
Just to let the crowd know. First team all defense, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes, sir.
Freshman, as a freshman? Or is that sophomore?
Nah. I can't remember. I think that was my last year.
I don't know what game it was, bro, but y'all were making this crazy-ass comeback, bro,
Right.
and you were cramping up mid-game, bro.
Yeah.
You was just you couldn't, you was playing your damn heart. I'm going to find a clip of it. You was playing your heart out, bro. You was literally catching a cramp on the floor trying to play.
I think that was ACC tournament for, I think I remember something. I think he was playing UNC for real. ACC tournament. Yeah, I remember that.
And it's just funny. Those type of things always stick in my brain, bro. And then I run into these type of guys like you and or the guys I watched in college and shit like that at the run or wherever, and just playing basketball. I think that's a crazy thing about the basketball world, at least for me, because I'm a fan. Sure. I'm a real fan of dudes, bro. You know me, bro. I'm hyping everybody up. I love watching people.
You gotta be for real.
I think it's dope that you get to run into people, hoop with them, compete with them, see what type of people they are.
Right,
you see them on camera and all that good stuff, and then meet them in person. It's always fire. You're pretty cool. You know what I'm saying?
Appreciate it.
It's
cool to meet you too, my boy. Yes, sir.
I appreciate you, brother.
I appreciate you. You could go a bunch of different ways, but I feel like, what's the name? He be at the gym now, but when I was at Duke my last year, Carleek was at Louisville. Yeah, Carleek used to be at.
And you know what's crazy, bro? Damn, do I want to say this? Because I'm going to sound. When I see dude, in person, he be on such chill mode,
Right.
bro. Like,
Nah, he do be chilling
he
and
be
like pick up.
chilling,
Nah,
bro. I
facts.
be wanting him to turn up because
Yeah.
it's proven that he's
Right.
nice, bro. He's
Nah, for
killing
sure.
right now. He's
Yeah.
killing in EuroLeague
Nah,
right
facts.
now.
He,
Like, he's a
he was in the
monster.
Olympics, so you got
killing in the
Right,
Olympics, but when
right.
he's when he's at home, he be chilling too
Chilling,
damn much.
right.
I be trying to get it out of him, but
Right.
he's too damn cool for school, man. But yeah,
Yeah,
Carly Jones, yeah, I like that. I
Nah,
definitely
for-
like that. Cool
nah,
ass
that's-
dude too.
nah,
Cool
yeah,
ass
he's
dude
cool people for sure.
for sure. All right, so got their two toughest buckets you've already probably had to guard. Now I want to know. This might take you a little thought process because it did to me when I was thinking about it. What was your toughest bucket you gave in a game? And that could be a game winner. It could be something special that you just, you did in game that you're probably not supposed to do.
Right.
Talk to me about that.
I mean, I would say probably like one of my favorite. I guess one of like games or actual buckets. Like
Give me one of
yeah,
one or the other.
yeah. I feel like I don't know. One of my favorite games was when we played at Kansas when I was at Oklahoma, and
Yeah.
I think I had like 20, but it was just good buckets.
Yeah.
and good crazy environment. Yeah, I actually ended up missing the game winner, which is unfortunate. But we had a chance to beat Kansas at Kansas.
Yeah.
That was a crazy environment. So
Man, that Division One. We're gonna touch on college and like I said,
Right.
energy and I played Division Two.
Right.
So I could only imagine, and it was hype for like games in Division Two, like because small ass towns,
Right,
all they
right.
know is basketball or whatever the sport is. So they're gonna be, and it's in Texas, so
Right.
they do sports big out here. So, but I could only imagine what like Division One like atmosphere must have felt like, and getting to play on that because I feel like me personally, bro, I play well on a big stage. Like,
Right.
The more eyes, bro, the more I
Right.
get to like show out and
Nah,
stuff like
exactly.
that. Like,
Nah, I definitely. You feel me? I feel like everybody probably like that. You feel me? The bigger the game is, the better you gonna play.
like,
So
I always wanted that type of opportunity. It's
facts.
fire.
Nah, definitely.
Kansas at Kansas too.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Nah, yeah, that was a good game. Trying to think. I mean, had a big game against Florida State when I was at Duke. That was crazy. Like a couple times. Like, I mean, I wasn't no super huge scorer when I was like, but because I
You're a real point guard.
but
Yeah,
like like I had games where obviously
He's a point guard, Jay. I hope Jay watches. He's a real point guard, Jay. JB's such a hater.
certain games for sure. Like for me, I did what I had to do.
I'm gonna keep it stacked, bro. You can put the ball in the basket too. So
Right.
so the biggest knock on you, I'm sure, when you were coming out of college, is that you didn't shoot the three ball that well.
Yeah,
whatever
that
the
was
situation may be.
definitely probably my biggest knock.
And from playing against you, bro, and like I
Right.
said, I play defense. Like I pride myself on at least attempting to play defense. You can shoot threes.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
Nah, for sure.
like do you think that was like at the time thing you probably weren't that good, or is it like
Yeah.
a application? Like you didn't have that many opportunities to shoot threes, or like
Yeah,
that?
I mean,
what do you
well, I
think
feel
was going on
like-
with that?
Like my last 2 years at Duke, like I shot like 35. Like that was a
Mhm.
good percentage. But then my sophomore year, like freshman year, I didn't really play too much, like here and now and then. So my percentage was like all right. Then my sophomore year, I didn't have a good year shooting the ball because like whenever I would get in, like I'll get like you got like one opportunity to make
Yeah.
your three, like probably not shooting it as confident,
Yeah,
or you
bro.
sitting at the bench a long time. So
Yeah.
not using no excuse, but yeah,
Nah, that's
I
real.
probably had 1 year probably not shooting the ball that well, and then Oklahoma, I shot all right percentage, like, but I was taking more shots.
More shots.
Yeah, so
for sure.
yeah, so I feel like it varied. Like either way, I shot a high percentage like before.
I just think that's crazy, bro. 'Cause
Right.
even with guys like E, bro, because his thing coming out of college or high school, whatever his situation was, going into the league is that he couldn't shoot either. And
Right.
literally today, I saw this motherfucker hit like 4 back to back threes
Right,
contested on some crazy stuff. So it's just crazy to see what people say is talent versus like what I'm saying, like what you
Right.
see on a what you see as a basketball player,
Exactly.
with your own eyes and stuff like that. Okay, man, enough of my rambling about tough buckets this and tough buckets that. Let's talk about your career and your journey a little bit, man. Let's touch on hometown. You good? You can leave them there, bro. It's straight. So let's touch on hometown, man. You are just
How far, bro? My bad.
so okay, from Georgia, if I'm not mistaken, born. Tell us about growing up there. When do we find our love for basketball and
Yeah, honestly, like I grew up probably 30, 45 minutes away from Atlanta, a little suburb called Decula. Yeah. And so I mean, it's kind of a big city, so I feel like guys grow up playing football, basketball, baseball, like everything, all type of sports. But I just played basketball, and so I started playing when I was like 4. I think my dad, my dad put the ball in my hand for real when I was like 4. Was playing up a little bit, like rec league, and I don't know. I just feel like I always liked hooping. Like I had a basketball in the basement. I mean, a goal in the basement. Yeah, so I just feel like the more I played it, like the more I feel like I wanted to play it. Yeah. So and gradually I just got better. So I started playing at 4, but then I went to another district, which was the district I was technically supposed to be in. Start playing rec league and go from there.
Okay. Were you like, were you good?
But I'm not gonna lie. I feel like, yeah, because I was playing up. I wasn't. My dad was my coach, so like I had the ball. Like I was like, we had like girls on our team, just like dudes who wasn't that good.
Yeah.
So like I was at that point. I was like, I could dribble and stuff, but sometimes I would pick it up, run with it, like you do, but. And then I'll say like my next year, like when I turned like probably like 5 or 6, like that's when I wasn't double dribbling no more. I was really scoring the ball a lot. Like
I never had that moment, bro. I didn't play basketball though when I was. At least I don't remember.
Yeah.
I was the only times I ever remember having a basketball in my hands when I was at like daycare or something like that. Yeah. I was doing the stupid where you pick the ball up to like do it between the legs and stuff like that.
Right.
I like immediately jumped into basketball or like learning how to play at like a later age. So I didn't have. I don't know. I just never played as a kid, which I think kind of not messed me up, but I always feel if I had like a love for the game, like roll earlier, I think I would be a different spot.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But there's coulda, woulda, shouldas. There's always coulda, woulda, shouldas. Yeah. It just exists in life, bro.
Nah, for sure.
Okay, so early life, we are just now getting into basketball. When do we get into like the AAU range?
Yeah.
Like when does that start happening for us?
So like my first year AAU. There was this team called like Atlanta Celtics, which is technically they're an Adidas team now, but like when I was 7, I remember like I went to like one team, and then my dad actually he created this program called Georgia Force. So I was kind of playing on 2 different teams. One team like my age group, and then we had like 3 or 4 teams with like an age group up, and then like 2 other like older ones. So I went to like nationals, like for real, like with this one team. The Atlanta Celtics team went to like Orlando, went to a tournament with that team, and I feel like that kind of like, I don't know, feel like I started like realizing I was like super good and I could play with other people and stuff. So I feel like that was when I was 8, and so by 9 and under, I was playing with my dad's team and other teams. So I was kind of playing for 2 different teams, really.
How is it like having a dad as a coach at that age? I feel like that's an interesting like path for a lot of guys still have that, but I didn't. So speak to that in a little bit. Like, what is that? How does that help? You know what I'm saying? Was there ever any like issues with that? Growing up.
Yeah, I mean definitely.
Was there a little bit too much pressure at times about that?
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't say necessarily too much pressure, but my dad. Since I was little, like before I even started playing, like he had ran like a scouting service. Did like a bunch of different marketing stuff, like, and he was just always around basketball. So like, like I said, the love for basketball started through him. So obviously, like once he realized I was a little good, like we would start going to the gym and training and stuff. But he was always like, he always gave me the option, like you don't have to do this, like if you really want to. Like it was never any super pressure, but like if I was gonna do it, like he invested his time and effort. Right. So both my parents actually, they helped me a lot, invested a lot of time and money into, helping me get to a point where, I was comfortable and trained a lot and, I put a lot of effort into playing basketball. So
that's fire.
I feel like,
okay. Because, I wouldn't know. My mom would let me do anything under the sun, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
As long as I'm, not hurting somebody.
Exactly.
So I will always wonder how that was. My mom for sure didn't put the basketball in my hand by any means, but she definitely supported. Okay, let's fast forward a little bit to our high school career. Where did we play at in high school?
Yeah, so I played at, like I said, a school called Norcross High School.
Norcross, that's right.
And so it was I told you I originally grew up in this other school called Mill Creek up until middle school. Then I transferred to technically like a better basketball school. Like we moved, but it just worked out because my mom had got a job and stuff. So I actually ended up going to the same high school as like Jody Meeks.
Oh, really?
Yeah, Jeremy Lamb. Alfaruq Aminu, a guy called Brandon Goodwin. Like we had a couple pros that so they went to my high school. So ended up transferring there. So my freshman year, we had a good varsity team. So I didn't even play varsity really my freshman year. I played varsity in the JV, And then my sophomore year, we had a really good team, bunch of seniors and a bunch of people, sophomores, like mixture of young people and older. So then we had a really good team, ended up losing to the Elite Eight. But I started a little bit here and there, but not full time. And then
So you're not starting by a sophomore yet?
so I did. Like I was like on and off, but like not. And then towards the end of the season, I wasn't necessarily starting though.
Gotcha.
Like, but I still played a good amount of minutes. But my junior and senior year, I started the last 2 years, and yeah, so that's where I ended up playing.
So when do we start getting like college recruitment?
Yeah, I would say going into junior year a little bit, but I feel like that was just like a lot of interest, honestly. Like a lot of different schools called, or they would see me play and stuff. And then my senior year, going into senior year, my last year AU, I got picked up by a team called Team United. Me and one of the dudes that actually played on my high school team, my best friend Lance Thomas. We had went to this school. We had went to school together. Then we went to this team that's based out of Charlotte called Team United. So they was on the Nike circuit. And my last year, we was on the Nike circuit with another guy from Atlanta who ended up going to Duke with me, my roommate at Duke. We played on Team United, played on the Nike circuit. So,
and that's when you started.
Yeah, I started getting looks. I think I got some mid-major offers. My first kind of big offer was Arizona State. UNLV offered me, so that was probably my best two. Yeah, but like they offered me and stuff, but like it just still didn't feel like the right fit, or like I was the one. So I kind of like waited like super long to like make a decision.
That's
like
I'm like, damn,
right. I wasn't a super. Yeah, exactly. Like I wasn't no 5-star at all. Like I wasn't nothing like that. I wasn't super highly recruited. So then I was actually on a visit at Eastern Kentucky, an official visit. And I liked him. Like, I did. The coach liked me a lot. Told me he was going to play me a lot. So I was really feeling them literally while I'm at Eastern Kentucky. Like, Duke is, like, texting my dad. Like, they had saw me play one time, like, my senior year. We had played, actually, I ended up going to school with them, Trayvon Duval. And we had played them at City of Palms in Florida. Yeah. Had a good game and stuff. So they had kind of saw me then, like, throughout the season, I guess they saw me a little more. Then they, like I said, I was on a visit with Eastern Kentucky. They was actually calling, text my dad, tell me they like me and stuff. End up scheduling a visit, and scheduled a visit. Was there for like 2 days. End up committing on spot.
Absolutely. Yeah. So I wasn't expecting that. I wasn't expecting that story at all. So that's a big name school, bro. That's when dudes think of college basketball. That's when the first schools you think of. Right. When you think of college basketball, and they weren't even on your radar until the end.
Yeah, the funny story, I didn't like Duke growing up like that. I really didn't. Like, I actually liked UNC a little bit. I'm being honest, but nobody got to know that. But I ain't gonna lie. But Duke wrapped me up, and the rest is history.
That's fire, man. How? So for one, what's your feeling at that? Like you're over here on a visit. And then you're like you said, you liking the school and all that good stuff. You're probably thinking that this might be a spot you want to go to. And
right.
Duke of all places.
Right.
What's your initial feeling like?
Honestly, I would have
been giddy.
I was giddy. Like I'm on a visit, like I said, but they texted my dad. I'm trying to see like what they saying. Like, I'm not trying to be disrespectful. Like what's going on? So we end up setting the visit. I'm hyped. They got me a flight. Took me and my dad out there. And my mom, us three went out there. So I went on the visit, and so like even when I went on the visit, I didn't know I officially even had the offer though. Like like I was just there. Like had a workout. I didn't even think I did that well in the workout. I was dead tired. Like so I'm like, dang, did I blow it? But and I'm going to dinner, and Coach Shire, some of the assistant coaches, they're texting me. I'm like, I didn't even know. They're like when you gonna text coach like that you want to commit? So I'm like. I'm texting my parents. I'm like, am I supposed to, like, I don't know. Like, if I don't commit, do I still go? Like, can I say no? So I'm just like, I'm ready to commit. Like, whatever it is. They're like, we're offering you a scholarship, but might not necessarily play. Like, you got to work for everything. So I'm like, I thought, take that chance. And, for sure.
Bro. I mean, for that opportunity to play for, I get it. For me, when you're going in high school, you always want to go Division I. That's when I was in high school, should I say? That's when the whole D1 pose came out. When dudes was doing that all the time, so everybody wanted to go Division I. But Duke, I would have sold out. I would have sold out no matter what I felt about Duke. Duke gave me an offer. I'm going without a doubt, man. So you got to play one of the most historic programs in college history with one of the best coaches probably ever.
Right.
Ever. No matter what level you want to speak on. How was that? What was your like experience with Coach K and things like that?
Yeah. I thought that 4 years, like, my experience with Coach K, you know, it was up and down just because, like, you know, like, when you're young, like, and you want to play, like, obviously you're going to bump heads. So I felt like, yeah, no matter what, like, we had 5 stars, a bunch of people play. I always wanted to, you know, play. So, like I said, but I had to, I guess, like I said, I had to work for, you know, my minutes and understand, like, you know, nothing going to be given to me like it's going to be taken. So, like, over the course of 4 years, like, my freshman year, I was, you know, I would probably, like, it wasn't necessarily strict, but, you know, he liked our program run a certain way. So, I got in trouble a little bit my first couple years being young and,
Absolutely.
like, you know.
We ain't going to talk about it.
Yeah, exactly. So, I got in trouble a little bit, but, like, over the course of everything, like, our relationship, like, really grew by the time, I'll say my junior year hit. Like, we had a really good relationship. You know, I just developed a lot of trust with Coach. And, you know, after that, you know, we was good. So, I feel like, you know, it just gradually over time, our relationship got good.
I feel like that's every decent-minded basketball player. Once they get a little age and maturity, you realize that they probably weren't telling you nothing wrong. You know what I'm saying? You just look, like you said, young, immature, ready to, you know, for one, at that age, you're first time really out of the house. You know what I'm saying? Like,
exactly.
Starting to smell yourself. You're trying to experience things, have some fun, bro.
Exactly,
and then these guys who are coming in trying to make sure you don't have too much fun. So it's just like a conflicting relationship at first. But usually, like I said,
I'll do stuff like, we got 5 stars. Everybody missing practice, missing class or something. I miss class, then they find out, why you miss class? So it's like, we little stuff like that. Like, I'm like, yo, how you don't know Gary Trent didn't go to class? Or like, it's just like one and dones, you know, they ain't. That's all good.
Nah,
like,
bro, like, it be like that, brother.
Right. Man,
that's fire though. What is one of the biggest lessons you think you've probably learned from Coach K? Or just not even maybe just not from Coach K like he told us to you himself, but like maybe something, one of his like philosophies and coaching and stuff like that. What do you think? Probably taken away from, you know, that experience.
Yeah, definitely. I feel like I guess the biggest thing, like, I know this probably a little cliche, but like I feel like just at Duke, like it really do become like a brotherhood. Like so, like even if, like I said, our relationship wasn't the best, like if you really like got a connection with Coach, then like you're set. Like
you're set.
You're like, you feel me? So it's like a really family environment, I would say. So I guess the biggest thing, like, just to like, you gotta be, I guess, really like, just like really like tough minded, I guess, to like, you know, really understand like everything, and just, you know, I guess, like I said, one of the biggest lessons is just like everything's not given. I feel like, you know, just
that's for sure.
keep working.
Especially in this in our field, bro. Especially in our field.
Yeah.
I mean, sometimes it is given to some guys. They get an opportunity.
Yeah.
Opportunities are given
Right.
more freely to the guys who are probably have a bigger name behind them and all that good stuff. But that doesn't mean it necessarily works out all the time by any means. And to speak on brotherhood, bro, like respectfully, I might be in contact with one guy from my JUCO's different. I got a bunch of brothers from JUCO.
Right.
That was an experience.
Yeah.
JUCO was crazy. So I definitely got a bunch of brothers from JUCO. But in college, my 2 years and at Division II, I might have one guy, bro, that I consider, and we just talk on Instagram. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like,
Exactly.
We might hit each other up on like holidays or like a birthday, if you see somebody's it's your birthday and stuff like that. And I think that shit sucks. Like I wish I really had a better relationship with all the guys I played basketball with. Like, I always hear people talking about the group chat and in the group chat this and like, I have one group chat with like a couple friends back from like Long Beach. I don't have no group chat with like, you know, teammates and stuff like that. And I always think that's dope. So and to be a part of that network, the Duke network, like absolutely, definitely can find.
It's definitely a good network for sure. So
definitely can figure something out.
Right.
Okay, so in college, what are we feeling like? What does our basketball feel like? I know like for a situation in Duke, you're trying to win.
Right.
You're for sure trying to win, but you're also trying to. When you're a Duke, you have a lot of eyes and attention on you, so you have to be. You have to be thinking about the league. You have to be thinking about making money with basketball at some point in time. So
definitely,
like, what is your thought process in that? Like, are you?
Honestly, I feel like like I said, my junior year, that's kind of like when I started starting a lot, and I was averaging good points, and like I said, was right up there for like defensive player of the year awards and stuff. So I felt like junior year, like I was having a good year, and I felt like I was doing enough, honestly, to maybe possibly leave after my junior year.
Yeah.
Like I was thinking about it, but then obviously my junior year COVID happened. That kind of messed up a lot of stuff. Yeah, so COVID happened. You know, we didn't have no tournament. We didn't have anything. So
which would have been
next
a lot
exactly,
of
it would have
good
been
stuff for
you feel me, good exposure. So I felt like
you was having a good year that year.
Exactly, so
that momentum would have helped you out a lot. That sucks, bro.
Exactly.
That
so,
shit sucks, bro.
yeah, I was thinking about it. So that happened. And my senior year come back. Like I said, I was the only senior. So my senior year, I'm thinking, you know, have a good year again. And I did. I had a good year, but we weren't necessarily that good of a team. So coach started trying different stuff, you know, playing different lineups, and a bunch of stuff happened. Then we had a chance to go to a tournament that last year. COVID messed up our team my senior year.
Damn.
So I'm thinking, like, you know, obviously I want to go to the league. I could go enough, you know, have some workouts, go try to get on the roster summer league. And I feel like I could have did that after my senior year, but they gave everybody an extra year for COVID. So I felt like, yeah, why not go? You know, I graduated from Duke. Why not go somewhere for a year, be able to, you know, do more, have the ball, and, you know. So that's why I feel like once I got in the portal, I got a bunch of calls from different schools. And at that point, I was way more, you know, wanted than when I first came to college. So I ended up, Coach Moser, coach from Loyola Chicago, went to tournament stuff, ended up recruiting me to Oklahoma. And
we know about Loyola Chicago.
Yeah,
one of
for sure.
Best NCAA stories we've had in the last couple of decades, man.
Exactly,
for sure.
Exactly. So, you know, got a call from him. They started recruiting me heavy. Felt like they recruited me the hardest. So they wanted me and told me I could have the ball, put the ball in my hands, and, you know, the rest is history. Went there, ended up going there. It was great environment.
That's fire, bro. Okay. So we are pretty much ending our college career. We know that we're about to play professional basketball. And I see that we did enter the draft. We did enter our name. What's that process like, entering your name in the draft? You have to, like, call somebody? Like, is it an online form? How do you just enter your name in the draft? How does that work?
I guess my agent did it.
The agent did it?
Yeah, I actually went to the NBA Combine in Chicago with our agency. So it's like about me, 3 and 4 other guys. So we had to work out in front of a bunch of scouts in Chicago, a bunch of, like, NBA scouts. So had a good workout.
For the NBA Combine, that's invite only, right?
No, like, not the actual combine. It was like
a combine.
Yeah, I guess but it's the actual combine, technically.
Yeah.
So a bunch of different agencies. If you're not technically a part of the combine, then you come with your agency and you work out for a bunch of different scouts. So
I've seen those for sure, and I definitely never got a chance to be a part of those. What is that like? So is it like a skills type of thing? Are you going through like a regular skills training and then you scrimmage afterwards? What is that type of thing?
I feel like, so there was 4 of us, so like we had a time slot. So I think the time slot was probably like 25, 30 minutes, maybe a little less, honestly. But so
that's it. That's how long the workout.
Yeah, honestly, it was not even super long, honestly. So probably about 30 minutes. Do a bunch of shooting drills, finishing, show your athleticism. You know, nothing too crazy, but you are probably a little tired afterwards. But do that. Guess you get your feedback after that from the scouts and everybody. Try to get on the summer league roster. So that happened. I didn't get drafted.
Yeah.
So I guess my goal was then to get on somebody's summer league roster, and then that ended up not working out either. So I'm thinking, you know, maybe I gotta go overseas. Then my agent ended up getting a call from Austin Spurs. They're like, oh yeah, like we want you on our G League roster. Like you don't even we just like you. We want you on the roster. So. That's where I went, straight out of Oklahoma.
Okay, that's fire. Okay, so the G League gets a lot of rap for, you know, pay, guys choosing this over overseas and all that good stuff. But for the guys who that don't know too much about overseas or anything like that, the NBA G League is probably the best option.
Right.
You know what I'm saying, that's the next best thing. That's like the closest I can get to my dream and stuff like that. Is that what you're feeling when you're getting this opportunity? Are you still feeling like, oh yeah, I'm still a earshot away from getting into the league? Like,
definitely.
What are you feeling right there?
You know, yeah, definitely. I feel like that was the mindset.
Yeah.
You know, I feel like, you know, get with a good organization, and obviously, like, I think at that point it wasn't even as many 2-ways as now, but yeah, try to, you know, get on 2-way, any type of 10-day, so I felt like that was definitely the goal, you know, coming out. So yeah.
What was it like Like, what was it? What was it? Anything surprise you about the G?
Yeah, nah, definitely. When I first got to G, I'm like, man, there's so much space on this court. Like,
Bro.
you're by yourself, like guarded. Like, so fresh out, I'm like, this is way different than college.
Yeah.
College more compact, less space. So I learned that you gotta really guard. You gotta, you feel me?
You really gotta.
You
really
on your
gotta
own.
guard.
Like, yeah, if you want to stop, like, which they not so much defense is played anyway. They scored so many points in G League, bro. But I guess that was just a different adjustment, like just the pace of speed and
Was there any like surprises there in terms of talent? Did you ever see some guys? Oh shit! Like
yeah, I mean definitely certain
Cole?
guys stand out. Yeah, like I said, those dudes, certain guys are putting up 30, 40 points. So
I always hear like that's not what that's not what teams are looking for.
yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, nah, dudes could do that in the G League and still could be sitting there for years. It's just like I said, it's a lot of politics. Just depending on who they like. They do a lot of stuff now though based off potential. I feel like a lot of the younger guys, they love younger guys right now.
Trust me, I know, brother. Trust me, I know. And I'm no longer a I no longer get young fella privileges or opportunities.
Right, nah, that's a fact.
I definitely understand that, man. Okay, so is our experience in the G League overall like a positive experience though? Like, would you say?
Yeah, I'll say, yeah, bro. Just based off that experience with the Spurs, but my other two with a couple, it's been all right. But my experience, my first experience with the Spurs,
that's fire.
Yeah.
Are you actually learning like how do I say this? Are you learning tactics and like ideas from like the top organization? Are you following like the same game plan as like the Spurs do, per se, like to like basically weed your way into their program? Say you do get picked up or something like that, so you can just like flow and flow. Are you learning the same like principles?
Yeah, I mean honestly, like with the different, as far as the different organizations, like I feel like everybody in the G League run the same stuff. Like
really?
All the offense, like they run point and away. Like it's just a bunch of spacing.
Do you get a chance? Like, what is practice? Are you practicing a lot? Like you guys have to be traveling.
Honestly, in the beginning part of the season, you practice a good amount, but like once the season go, like you said, you are traveling a lot, so it's less. I do like that aspect of it. It's like more so get your shots, work out, get your lifting, treatment. So I feel like they in that aspect of the G League, like they run it well, like get treatment good and doing the right things with your body. Obviously, it's not the best because they don't have all the money, but they have like certain tools that's definitely beneficial or helpful.
Okay, all right. So we are in the league, or G League, should I say? And about that time, what I'm saying, the conversation comes up. Overseas becomes an option. Is this a because of the bag type of situation? Hold on real quick. I was talking to Dakari last time.
Yeah.
And we was talking about his career and all that good stuff. And he said he basically came to a point like he was in year 3 or something like that where he could have easily kept going trying to find a roster spot or something like that. But he said China gave him a bag that he couldn't refuse. Man. I was like, damn, that makes sense. It makes sense to me. So what was it for you? Like you just looking at it like, do I want to, I could easily fight for a roster spot for X amount of years or whatever, and still can even play overseas and all that good stuff. So what was it? Was like, let me go explore overseas. What was that decision for you?
Yeah, I guess like a little bit of turmoil started happening with the Spurs situation. Guess they was making some changes and stuff. So, like you said, overseas became an option. So I'm like, check out Europe. So at first, like my agent, he found a deal in Europe, and I was supposed to actually go to. Where was I supposed to go? Actually, I can't remember, bro. Where I was actually supposed to go, but I actually ended up going to that place first.
Yeah.
Practice with a team for like a day, literally, and I get there and they're like, we actually gonna end up taking somebody else. So I'm all the way like across the country, bro. I was trying to remember where I actually went first. Oh, Cyprus. I went to Cyprus first.
Cyprus?
Yes, bro. So I went to a team in Cyprus. Barely, like I said, barely practiced, and they're like, yeah, like we're sorry, like we're gonna go with somebody else. So I just flew.
That's your first interaction.
My first overseas ever, bro. I'm like, what do you mean? Like I had one practice. I haven't even done anything really, coach. So basically stuck overseas for a week while I'm waiting for another job in Europe somewhere. So they let me. Thankfully, they let me stay in the apartment that they had for me while I waited to get another job and flight somewhere else. So I'm like, bro, already starts off terrible.
That is the worst introduction.
I mean, I got paid for I guess that week though, but still,
Oh yeah, they ain't gonna pay.
I'm like, pay me to leave basically.
I'm crying, bro. So he got there.
Yeah.
Worked out one time. Now we're gonna go somewhere else.
Yeah.
What?
Like, why? I could have stayed home. I guess the extra day. Y'all rushed me out here, but
I'm crying. That would have fucked me up.
I'm like, I literally
fucked me up.
Bro, I had a car. I messed up the tire. I'm like, bro, connection's terrible. I'm like, yo, this is not a good.
Crying, bro. That's funny as hell.
So,
okay,
yeah, man.
Sorry.
Nah, it's good. You can laugh about it now, for sure.
That's funny as hell, bro, because I know you was pissed. I know you was going through it at the time. I was like, ruined at the time,
like,
bro.
I can't even watch TV. Like, what's going on with the TV? Like, I'm trying to watch Netflix now. So.
Damn, bro. Okay, so first stint didn't work out, obviously. Where did we go? Where did we fly to after?
So, yeah, they got me, my agent found a deal in Montenegro.
Oh, nice.
So, yes, in the ABA League, which is a good league.
Yeah.
You know, got Partizan and Red Star, and so that was my first, experience. I got to Europe, but I guess technically while I was waiting that week, like I took that week off technically. So when I got to Montenegro, I was a little out of shape. Like I wasn't in the best shape. So
that shit sucks, bro.
Man, so I got there, I'm not in the best shape, but we got a week to prepare. So we're only playing one game a week in Europe. We're just practicing a lot. So got a week to prepare. Guess I got my win a little bit, but not fully. And then we got to go to Serbia. My first game is at Partizan in Europe.
Word?
I'm like, my first game ever overseas.
Bro, there's no way. Hey, man. So for the people listening right now, what he's talking about right now is absolutely insane because Partizan has probably the craziest fan base in all of it's up there. It's up there.
Yeah, it's up there for EuroLeague for sure.
EuroLeague in terms of fan base. Those if you ever see those clips of dudes like having like fire in the stands,
man, the crowd they chanting some foreign stuff.
That's Partizan, and that's his first game.
I'm like, yo,
how we do? How we do? Come on, how we do?
Man, I actually had a solid game.
Okay,
I think I only had like 6 or 8 points, but.
That's solid in Europe.
I'm like,
that's not
barely.
Not
like I said, wasn't in the best shape. They're pressuring me full court. The crowd going crazy. So I'm like, that was my first experience though. So I'm like, all right, well, I got to get used to it. So
what is it, that or college atmosphere? What do you think is like
the better atmosphere? I would still say college, but if you really like, if you want to say a close second, it's that, or it might be better. Like you could pick either or. Like the crowds is like. You can't really compare just because, like I said, like, they saying stuff in foreign. There's so much different stuff going on. It's a lot going on.
They're
like,
real fans.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't think people understand.
They there every day. Like even if they're not playing the EuroLeague, they're playing a normal game. Yeah. Like their crowd is there. So I see they got a new gym now too. It looks even crazier. Like.
Lit, bro. There's something like American sports, like maybe like there's don't get me wrong, we get crazy for our sports. If you've ever seen a Cowboy fan, you'll know what I'm talking about. Like we get crazy for our sports, right? But it's different out there, okay? Because they only have that professional sport. Like we have high school sports, college sports, rec leagues, all that good stuff. They literally just have club basketball. Whatever their big city's club is, their team, that's their basketball team. They don't have college sports to go. So all their energy is focused on one team. So they get crazy out there.
Man,
that's dope, bro. Man. Okay, so what's the rest of that season look like for you?
So the rest of that season, man, so it was whatever. The rest of that season I'm Montenegro, like I said, we was barely playing, so I was probably there for maybe 3 more months after that. Yeah. 2.5. Probably played in that time span. We probably played 5 games. Like we was literally pricing a bunch. Games was getting canceled. Like it was a bunch going on. So I think by the time and then for some reason, so the coach for Montenegro, he was a head coach. This bald guy, and he has a twin brother who's a GM.
Yeah.
They're they don't know what they're doing. They're blaming stuff on the Americans. I'm barely even playing. So it was me and 2 other Americans. By the time late March or I think it was early April hit, I didn't go to practice one day because I was sick or something. Then one of the American guys calls me. He's like, "Yo, they just let me go. They letting all of us go. So they let me and the 2 other Americans go, and they get us our flight back home. But they never gave us our last check. just a terrible experience, bro.
Yeah,
Like,
man. It gets a little icky out there over them waters. It's not always EuroLeague
Man.
experiences when you
Yeah.
play basketball overseas.
Exactly.
That's one thing I love to let people know. Like, yeah, man, you can make a lot of money, make a lot of like experiences and stuff like that overseas, but you can also get scammed. You can also get screwed over.
Man.
I know a lot of people who are still missing their last check. I didn't
Man.
get paid my last check from when I was in France. I didn't even try to like do anything about it. I was like, yeah, whatever. It's cool. I understand. I get it. It's easy.
Yeah.
It's
I'm
easy.
like, why,
Just-
my thing is, why act like y'all gonna do it if y'all not? That's what I
then
think.
then you like won't play hard.
Right.
You know what I'm saying, or whatever the situation may be.
Nah, facts.
If they know you're gonna get paid, you're gonna play hard or play well or whatever the situation may be. But yeah, man, not every situation like that, obviously, but it definitely gets sticky out there. It definitely gets sticky. Okay, yeah, let you go.
Let me go.
That first season. It's not
First
the prettiest season.
Not the previous season. So I'm like, get back probably like 2 months, and I think one of my agents got a call, and they got those little summer leagues. So I ended up going to DR for a little bit. And
Heard a lot of good things about DR. Heard a lot of good things about DR.
It's a cool place to play.
It's a cool place to play, especially if you're single. We're gonna keep it like that. I'm gonna keep it right there. All right. I don't want to get in trouble. I'm just stating the facts. Okay. I don't want to get no type of trouble. I just heard stories. I ain't been there. Okay. So obviously I'm just repeating the stories. That's it. That's all I'm saying.
I hear you.
DR, man. What's the what is that? Is that a year-round league or year-round?
Honestly,
situation?
they do have it. They have year-round leagues, but I think that was a summer league, and I think that goes for like 2-3 months.
Yeah.
Quick. That was quick. Coming back.
Get some money in your pocket.
Yeah.
Get some money in your pocket real quick.
Man.
Type deal. Definitely one of those situations.
Come back. I guess that's when I officially moved out here to Texas. After that, like I said, in late July.
Okay.
Moved to a spot last year. I got like a year lease, so
yeah,
I was there for a year. So then during that time, I guess my second year technically. So last year I was with the Legends a little bit and the Go-Go, the DC team.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
that's when I met you. I met you when you were on the Legends. That's when you just got there and all that good stuff. And then we are a champion in the world of basketball. LBM, is that it? LMB.
LMBP.
No, LMB. At least that's what it says on Eurobasket.
For real?
Eurobasket says you are a champion for the LMB. Hey, I'll take it. Hey.
If that's what they said.
Hold on, let me fact check this real quick.
That's what I don't remember.
That's funny as hell. Okay. Yeah, it says what's part of the LMB.
Oh, so that's in DR. I actually end up leaving DR, but that team ended up winning the championship.
Okay,
yeah,
so
I guess
you're
they
a championship. You're a champion by proxy.
You're a
champion
they gave
by
it to
proxy.
me. Yeah, because I got us off to a good start. You feel me? I was averaging like 20 something. So
okay. That
yeah.
makes sense. That makes sense. Yeah. Okay, that's my fault for.
I was like
not looking harder into the facts that I.
Oh yeah, I do remember because they put me on the poster after they won it. So I'll take it.
Definitely taking it. Definitely taking it.
Yeah.
That matters, bro. Having a championship
right.
on your resume, that helps a lot when it comes to this overseas stuff. So I would definitely would take it too. So right now we just left we were there at the same time. You know what I'm saying? We were in the LMBP top league in Mexico. A lot of mixed reviews. Me personally, you know what I'm saying?
Definitely.
Like if you're a guy
Got a lot
me,
to say about the organization, but I'll leave it alone.
We try not to test the organization.
Hey, I didn't even get the last of my clothes. It's rough overseas, man. It's rough, man.
It gets sticky overseas, man.
That's why on the break, never leave your stuff. Just take it all. That's my lesson.
That's so funny, bro. Yeah. That's dirty, bro. How you gonna cut me on a break, bro?
And I'm leading scorer, leading assister.
Oh my gosh, bro.
Crazy.
We were in Mexico. Still got that picture. I'm gonna repost that somehow. I'm gonna get that on my actual page, bro. Because that's I think that I always wanted to do that. That's dope. Playing against the homies in another league. I feel like that's just fire. So played against you when you were for Lobos, or I think that was the name of the team.
Puebla, Mexico. Yep.
Played against you there, and I remember, bro, thinking like, oh man, you got a nice situation.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying, in terms of like.
That's what I thought. That's what I thought, man.
I'm like, you got the ball in your hand. You're making great decisions. Like you were running the show. Like you single-handedly. I remember, bro, and I keep talking shit about this. You were the point guard you were running Spain pick and roll. You guys were running Spain pick and roll. You guys ran it 5 times in a row. You know what I'm saying? And you either scored or assisted on that guy every single time, 5 times in a row. And I'm over here talking to my coach and talking about your problems with your organization. I'm over here talking to my coach at the time. And I'm like, hey, man, what do you want to do on the Spain pick and roll? This dude looked at me straight in the eye and said, yes, they have a player from Spain. What? What? What
he didn't even know what that was.
He didn't even know what a Spain pick and roll was. I was like, yeah, it's over with. Yep. This game's pretty much.
It's probably one of the good plays that we had. One of the good plays we ran. A little middle ball screen.
It is not only is like basketball like our chosen profession, a cutthroat like profession because we're performance based. If you're not it's not even if you're not performing. If you're not performing in the way that they want you to perform, you are very liable to get cut. Right. And that is never more true than it is in Mexico. You know what I'm saying? Because for one, you can have 6 imports, 7 imports. How many imports?
I think it's like 8.
8. You can have 8 imports on one team, bro. And the way my coach described it to me is that America is like a revolving door. You know what I'm saying? Like I can go get a player. I can go get 3 of you right now. Like so, it's like that's their thought process.
Literally,
like when coaching you, when it comes to wins and losses, so you don't get too many chances. You know what I'm saying? Like you have to be on a high pedestal and winning the entire time.
Literally, that's
super liable.
It's another lesson learned. You can think you're playing good, but ain't nothing safe. So you are leaving Mexico. You go on break. Yeah. Because, they got the little in-season tournaments. I get to get a little 4 or 5 day break, get to come home.
And they hit you up and said they're going another
next day. Literally, I'm like, I'm already home. I booked my flight home. They told us we can go home on break. That's what they said we can go home. So then I get the call from my agent, say they're letting me go. They talking about, we're just going another direction. Didn't even get too many explanation. We lost like 3-4 in a row, but at that point, coach had already changed his lineup, so it wasn't. He couldn't even blame me. So I was like,
that's a dirty game, bro. That is such a dirty game, bro. Yeah. That's why I actually wanted to bring you on here too, because like usually a lot of the guys I have on here are a little bit more established. Like they're probably like on year 8, 9, 10 or whatever in their career, or they're probably done, and they're giving their insight on that. Like me and you, we're in the thick of it. Like, you know what I'm saying? You more so than me. But it's like you're in like the thick of just like getting to the next spot, trying to find a good opportunity for yourself. Like surviving in that role. You know what I'm saying? One thing for us, bro, you gotta make it to the end of a season, bro.
Right.
That's so important, and that I don't think a lot of people understand is like getting to a place is cool.
Right.
Finishing
staying for sure.
That's the key. That's the key, because it's that gap where you're like, why didn't you play the last 8 games of the season? What happened there? And there's always that question on
exactly.
Fit and all
that's
that
that's honestly what I really want, to find a good situation. Like I said, finish the year. Exactly. That's all I'm asking.
That's
for.
All.
Exactly.
I feel like there's nothing wrong with just asking for that.
Right. Exactly.
Okay, so that is the extent of our current career. We're still, obviously, like I said, you're still you're in the gym, working out, getting ready for your next opportunity, and all that good stuff. What are you working on in your game today to prolong your career or make it better for yourself?
Yeah, I feel like honestly, probably at this point in my career, I feel like I'm more aggressive. I feel like just because I don't know, I feel like I used to be more passive and try to always make other guys happy.
Yeah.
But, as I realized, not necessarily go for yourself, but you do gotta be more aggressive.
Nah, for real. No, that's
seriously
extremely important, bro.
So I feel like that's probably.
And I see it too. Now that you say it, and I'm happy that I noticed it before you even said it. Like I remember, I might be lying. It could have been like a month or two ago, bro, where I remember you just coming in, just pulling. You know what I'm saying? More than you normally would. And since then, it's been like a steady thing. Like you're just being more aggressive, and you win off of that. You know what I'm saying? Like you don't lose too often when we do the runs and shit like that. And I feel like the fact that you are aggressive, for one, you're first point guard stuff. So that opens up so much for you and stuff like that. So right now it's more of a mental thing.
Yeah, more mental thing, and then obviously I feel like I always be more consistent with the jumper for sure. Like probably some days where I don't shoot as good as I want. So definitely just gotta continue to get those reps in. You really want to be good. You just gotta keep practicing your craft. So like that's the two things I'm mainly focusing on. And then I guess I used to love playing defense, staying more locked in.
She's I used to love playing defense.
Yeah, like now I feel like as I get older, I'd be more lazy. But obviously, you get to a situation.
You turn it on.
Yeah,
you can turn it on. I've seen you turn it on. Yeah. I understand. So, in that atmosphere, it's easy to just like
flip the switch.
The switch. You know what I'm saying? You get to because we play for everybody. Like I said in the last podcast, and most of the guys I have on here is guys I'm meeting and interacting with at the hoops that I hoop in out here in Dallas and stuff like that. And the way we run our games is 25 points, like full games, 5 periods, not 5 quarters, because that's bad math. But there's 5 playing periods. You play up to 25, or playing all the way up to 125, and in 25-point increments and stuff like that. So usually the first 2 quarters, guys ain't playing their best version of themselves, defense or anything like that. But usually when you get to the last couple quarters, dudes start locking in and playing defense and shit like that. Guys like me, I play defense from the beginning.
He be trying to play defense.
I'm one of those dudes. I'm one of those tryhards.
Yeah. It's all good. You need people like that.
I was in my defense, bro. You need me. All right, y'all need me. Yeah. Y'all might act like y'all don't like me and all that good stuff because I try too hard, but I'm the one that's gonna make you better that day. Okay, right. Just appreciate me while I'm in the goddamn gym. Okay, that's to all my high level guys out there who be getting mad at me when I be trying to be aggressive with them and stuff like that. But all right, man. So I don't have too many more questions for you, bro. I just really want to get a feel for you more so because everybody knows you're a hooper and all that. Right. What are some interests that you think you're going to transition into after basketball?
After basketball, I feel like just an easy route, just obviously to get into coaching. Yeah, I like basketball, so I would love it. So I feel like giving back to the youth, something I want to do. I feel like ain't nothing to start a AU program or get on as a small grad assistant, something like that. I feel like I could easily something get into coaching, but I guess something different from basketball. I like clothes, so maybe get into a clothing brand, something like that, or Airbnbs, rent out Airbnbs.
Entrepreneurship.
Entrepreneur. So I'm definitely working on stuff outside of just hoops and not trying to focus on one thing.
Because I don't know if you see it, but sometimes guys don't take care of their chicken. You know what I'm saying? And by the time they get to 30, 36 and above, and dudes start looking real funky out here. They start looking sad. Still trying to hoop, still trying to find contracts at that age just to make ends meet and shit like that. And I refuse. God damn it. I refuse to allow the game of basketball become my, I don't know how do you say this, like my only way to put food on the table when I'm not, down the line. You play basketball because it's your first love, for one, and you have an opportunity to make money out of it. But I think that's where we fuck up as like a culture. We just let it be our only thing. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if you ever heard Jeff Teague talk about it. Like once you give so much time to something, it's hard to be good at other stuff. You know what I'm saying? Especially even wanting to be good at other stuff, bro. It's hard to be bad at something for a little bit of time just to learn some shit like that. So definitely getting into something new after basketball is important. I appreciate that to everybody. I'm gonna tell you the same thing I tell everybody else. Get into putting some shit out on social media, bro. You said clothing. Fuck it, put the clothing brand, put that type of stuff out there. Put your content when you work, use your coaching, put any type of content out. Get involved in that shit now because it's gonna pay off in the long run. Guarantee goddamn it, bro. We're turning into a world where it's less about who you know and more about how many people know you. And I'm gonna keep saying that. Yeah, I'm gonna keep saying it. All right, for all you guys who are trying to start something, start a brand, start a business, start whatever it is, get on it now. Start posting about it. You're gonna get good at it later. Get past the cringe stuff, but use social media as your advantage instead of your distraction, okay? That's just my personal advice to you, big dog. Anything else you want to get into or to talk about to the crowd? You got any questions for me? I keep telling you guys, I want to be interviewed. Hey, you guys got any questions for me? Anything like that, big dog?
Ain't got too much more. Like I said, I appreciate you coming. It's not far from the crib, so I figure, I pull up and, show you some love. You're doing a great job with the podcast.
I really appreciate that. Quick caveat on that. I want you guys to realize how much I drive. Okay, this is if you're my friend, I've complained to you about. And if you're at the gym, you've heard me complain about how much I drive and how far I have to go. I have the podcast. The studio we're in right now is in Dallas because no one in their right mind would drive to me in Fort
They,
Worth.
they might drive to Fort Worth. He's downplaying it. They might. If
No
he had
one.
said this is a better spot though, because this is where a lot of people's at. But
Listen, brother, no one was going to drive out to Fort Worth to be on my podcast, bro. So that's why I chose Dallas. But because of that, I'm driving so damn much, man. So I've been out here since, 10 o'clock, because, I went to run this morning, all that good stuff.
Right.
And then I just been sitting in my car. I can't go home.
Yeah.
So there's no point in go home, sit in the car, wait for the podcast to start. And then instead of being able to go home, I'm still going to have to stay out here because I'm about to do another situation with Lifetime Hoops like that. So all in all, just to give y'all a little rundown, and y'all let me know if this is OD. I did the math the other day. I am driving on average, people, 2 hours and 50 minutes a day. On average, some days
gas money,
gas money, toll money. I pay. I'm on the toll. I'm not. I can't sit in traffic. So I'm on because if I wasn't sitting in traffic, I'd be in even longer. So I'm paying tolls. I'm paying gas. It's not pretty. Okay, it's not nice. So I do appreciate y'all who coming out to see me.
Hey, I appreciate you. Like I said, I hear you doing a lot. So hey,
I hear you doing a lot,
man.
But yeah, man. If you are a basketball fan. If you are somebody who enjoys hearing stories and, hearing about overseas and all that good stuff, this is the channel for you. If you are a tough bucket getter, you're a tough bucket appreciator, this is the channel for you also, okay? I appreciate you guys for pulling in. I appreciate you guys for tuning in. Make sure you like, comment, share, subscribe, all that good stuff, all right? Remember, it's your boy. Actually, whoa, let's rewind all that. Because I'm going to cut that all. Hold on. I forgot to show you. My guy, Jordan, I do appreciate you again, bro. Thank you for pulling up on me.
Appreciate you.
On the Tuf Bucket Podcast.
I already know.
You are stamped, brother. You are a tough bucket.
Hey.
Most indeed. My motherfucking man.
Appreciate you.
And to all my people out there, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, share, comment. I think I said all those things. The things you hear every single day. I appreciate y'all. Once again, it's your boy. Deuces.